Hello, ELCI gang. How are you doing today? Good. Hey, I have a really fun place to share with you today. This place is called The Willows. It's a little rainy today, so I got my coat and my hat on, trying to stay warm. But it's a beautiful place, and I'm sure you're really gonna like it. It's cool. Let's check it out. So a good friend of mine lives here, and this is the house that they live in. Down here is an area where they have like weddings and other fancy gatherings, and it's really in a beautiful location. You can see the rolling hills, and it looks like maybe a vineyard up there. That's really beautiful. And here, one of the things that they do here is horse rescue. So my friend Paula really loves horses, and so she takes care of horses here that other people can't take care of. But hey, horses aren't the only thing that they do here. Paula's husband Bob loves trucks and old cars, and so here in his shop they fix cars and build cars and do repairs and all kinds of those sorts of things as a hobby. And here's something really cool. Right up here on the side of the barn, they have an owl box. It's a place for wild owls to live. So an owl box is habitat that people make for wild owls. In today's world, it's sometimes hard for an owl to find a really good place to build a nest. So sometimes people will build one for them. Today, Paula and her daughter gave us special permission to take a peek inside the owl box. So here we are at the owl box, and check it out. This is the entrance to the owl box. Now they say that Mama is sleeping in a tree, and I hear some babies in there kind of making some noise. Can you hear them? Clack, clack, clack. And look at this, check this out. Mama leaves some food stored up here. Guess what they eat? Mice. Yuck, dead mice. That's super cool. So here's a close-up of Mama's food storage that she leaves up here in case she can't catch anything and the babies get hungry. And here, oh, Mama's home. I think we better leave. Usually they said you can peek inside, but today we better just peek in the hole because I think Mama's home. Okay, I'm gonna sneak the camera up and see if we can get a picture of Mama inside. Oh, it's not Mama, it's the babies. Look at them. They're not sure what to do. They think our camera looks funny to them. But that is a cool owl house with babies in it. Awesome. So like you saw, barn owls are white, and it's a species of owl, the barn owl. Here on the farm, where we have a lot of hay and other grain that we feed to our animals, sometimes we have problems with mice. We have a lot of mice, and mice can cause damage, and they can also carry diseases. So we don't want to have a lot of mice around. You can try to control them yourself, or if you put up an owl house, the mama owl will take care of the mice for you. So let's talk a little bit about the horse rescue operation that they run out here. Now, sometimes people have horses and then their life changes and they're not able to take care of those horses. Or some people just don't do a good job of taking care of their horses. Sometimes those horses wind up in a place where they're not being taken care of, or sometimes they're even killed for meat. Some people really love horses and don't want them to be eaten or abused. And so Paula is one of those people, and she has a horse rescue operation. So if she has a space and she hears that a horse is in trouble, she'll bring that horse here. This little mare, I actually brought here myself a few days ago. Some friends of mine are getting older and they needed to move off of their big farm to a smaller house somewhere, and they can't have horses. And so Paula wanted to help, and so we brought this horse and a few other horses here so that Paula can train them and then find a good home where someone will love and ride this horse all the time. She's kind of pretty, isn't she? This kind of horse that is multicolored is called a paint or a pinto horse. Aren't they pretty? They decided to come and visit us a little bit. Come and say hi. Come and say hi. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. Hi. She doesn't quite know what to think. There she is. Isn't she a beauty? We don't just have regular big horses here, but we also have miniature horses. Look how tiny she is. She's got really pretty braids too. But she's really, really small. So I'm kneeling down now, and you can see that she's just a tiny little horse. Now I'm up at my full height, and there she is. They also have donkeys. One of the best ways to make friends with a horse or with a donkey is to feed them some grass. Yum, yum. Aw, aw. Now this is an unusual situation. This horse is completely blind, so she can't see what's going on around her, but she still loves to eat grass. And she has a really special setup. There are flags and small propellers set up all around the fence. And when the breeze blows, she can hear the noise that the flags make and that the propellers make. And so she won't run into the fences because she just can't see. Now she wants some more grass. A bouquet for you, madam. She loves to eat the grass. This is called a draft horse. Draft horses are bigger and stronger than other horses. They're meant for pulling carts. So in the olden days, when horses were used to do a lot of our transportation, this kind of horse was very valuable because it could pull a heavy load. You can see it's very big and very strong. Another interesting thing about draft horses is that they're usually very calm. And I think it has to be that way. You couldn't have a horse that big and that strong who was also wild and crazy. Draft horses, paint horses, small horses, ponies, miniature horses. There's even a horse here that we call a blue. A very interesting color. A lot of beautiful horses in a beautiful place. And I'm glad they're in a place where Paula will take care of them and make sure that they get all the things that they need. This is a very old horse, and he's sticking his tongue out at you, Bobby. He's saying, nah, 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 nah. That's all right, oh boy. This kind of horse that looks kind of blonde is called a Palomino, and he's a beautiful old guy, huh? Scratch right here, they like it, and they'll stretch their neck out. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice right there. That's very nice. Something that we have to have when we're feeding horses is lots and lots of hay. In the summertime, in the early summer, late spring, early summer, when we have a lot of grass, we cut the grass and we let it dry. And then we put it in big square bales like this so we can feed it to the horses and the cows and everything else all year long. Sometimes horses have to have someplace dry to stand so their feet will stay healthy. And that's where this comes in. It's cedar shavings. All this giant pile of shavings we'll put inside a building when a horse is standing inside. And sometimes horses need to be by themselves if they're being treated, or sometimes if a new horse comes and we're not sure if it's sick or not, then we might have to put it in quarantine. So you have special stalls to keep the horse. Check out this cute little donkey. It's a miniature donkey, only about 3 feet tall, in its own little stall. And here next to the corral with the miniature horse and miniature donkey, you also have kind of a cowboy style area where you can tie up your horse, but no gunfighting. You can even sit down here and have a picnic with the horses if you want to. There are dogs here too. Come here, puppy. Come here. That's a good puppy. Good puppy. So this is a beautiful pond here on the place. There's even a duck on the pond. A mallard. There's a couple of them. Here they come. Here they come. It's a beautiful place. They even have a couple of llamas here. They have all kinds of animals here. And they love animals a lot. That's why they take care of them. And Paula said, when we get back to school again, we can come out here and have a visit and talk with her about all the animals and see the horses and see everything. So don't be a chicken. Come on an ELCI activity. It'll be fun.